I'm very proud to introduce my mother, Celena Roldan, who is a bilingual psychotherapist and analyst in Chicago and will be deploying with me on Monday and serve as disaster mental health volunteer. It was wonderful to be able to make that call. It actually started, about a month or two ago when I was at the airport when we had the first humanitarian flight come in, and that night we realized with 360 people coming off of a plane from Puerto Rico, someone said, we really need some more additional Spanish-speaking mental health people. And I said, I know who I can call. And I made the call that I think so many other daughters have made. And I said, Mom, I need your help. And she immediately said, I'm there, we'll be there. And the very next day, and for the following days as well, came out with a team of Spanish-speaking mental health professionals to help support that process, went through the official Red Cross disaster mental health training. And so I'm incredibly proud that she is willing to make this sacrifice as well as to be able to go. And I think just like all Red Cross volunteers, we're leaving behind family and leaving behind responsibilities and a job and being able to make this decision to be able to serve and to be able to do it with my mom is really incredible.
I've been a psychotherapist for over 30 years. My training began in community mental health, so I was working with marginalized populations that dealt with the not only mental illness but the psychosocial realities of poverty and community violence, and that also have an impact on people's psyche. And I've continued to work in the field as a therapist, and now as acting dean at the Institute for Clinical Social Work, where we train. I know that I have these skills to offer. And, I grew up visiting family in Puerto Rico, and Celena grew up visiting family in Puerto Rico. There's a strong attachment to the island. We're Puerto Ricans. I like to say Boricuas. And we have been witnessing all the suffering and feeling pretty helpless. We're not, we don't have this fantasy that we're gonna go and rescue everyone there. But I think for me is if I can help one person or one family, that will make a huge difference. And my field is one person at a time. If I can help a few people ease their pain, that I think will make a big difference.
I've been with the organization for now a year and a half, and I was just reminded today that this will be my third deployment, first having been deployed to Louisiana, and then just recently in Houston. And I think, but at core of some of the work that I've done on my deployments has really been around working with diverse communities and working on community partnerships. The reality is that the Red Cross does not do this alone, and long-term recovery comes from working and establishing really strong partnerships with local organizations that are in Puerto Rico. We know that we have over 500 volunteers that are still on the ground in Puerto Rico, and many of them have now become, there are people that are local Puerto Ricans that are from the community that are there that despite their own losses have stood up and said, we want to be part of this response effort. So I look forward to being able to get on the ground and being able to work even more on those community partnerships, thinking about things related to the schools and education. There's 300 schools on the island, the majority of them that are still closed. I'm thinking about what these larger communities need to be able to recover for the individual and the family and children that are there. I've never been prouder at this moment than to be a Red Crosser, to really see, this unprecedented level of response over the last 3 months. And to really know and understand when people are donating to the Red Cross, literally being able to see water, cleaning supplies, and going out to the people that need it the most, and really being able to hear back from those people that are on the ground in Puerto Rico, just like I've heard from the people that were in Florida and the Virgin Islands and in Houston, and to be able to know that on a person's worst day, the worst devastation they've experienced in their life, the Red Cross is there and doing everything that they can to respond.
Both of us, in our own way, we've tried to give back to community. It's really a privilege to be able to do it together.